Hi, Jamie. Yeah, I got your email. So nice to hear from you again after a long time. How has the tours been going? I'm sure great. Okay, so yes, we're gonna focus on those areas you pointed out, like you drag chest voice up, and which causes you to strain or too much tension when you want to sing notes, especially in the high range. And also you want to learn how to place in the mask. Okay, actually the first one and the second one connects, dragging chest voice up and placing in the mask. Okay, so they connect. All right, so the next one is singing softer, contrary to a full approach or strong approach to a song. So we're going to deal with all these. All right, so the first thing I want to say here, we need to know where the passaggio is for the male and the females. Okay, so what is passaggio? Is that passage area you cross one register into another, one type of voice to another. In this case, chest voice. You want to cross from chest voice to mixed voice. Once you're able to know this, you've solved half of the problem. Okay, it may not be in your mouth yet because it takes practice to take it from your head and put it in your mouth. Okay, so what's the area where usually the men find their voice breaking? Now, this area for men is usually E, F sharp, and E, F, F sharp. All right, so this area, yeah, and we have other E, F, F sharp, which is usually this one actually, the one in the third octave, E, F, F sharp. So around this area, you know, occasionally, yes, you can add an E flat or G, you know. So around that area, what I'm trying to say is around that area. All right, so that's the passaggio for the men, and for the females it's usually A, B flat, B. So it's different for the females. A, B flat, B. A, B flat, B. All right, so for men, E, F, F sharp, E, F, F sharp. Okay, great. So the second thing is you need to understand the anatomy of the vocal cords. What happens in the vocal cords when you're crossing? All right, so I'll give you an illustration shortly. So here's a pair of slippers. I'm going to use this to illustrate when you cross from your chest voice to your mixed voice, what happens, and when you don't, why you experience tension. All right, so imagine this is the whole length of the vocal cords. Okay, so you know, in your chest voice, that's really not a problem for you, I'm sure, because I've heard your voice, amazing voice. You have an amazing voice, all right? But sometimes, like, we have, you know, some little areas we need to like correct to get to the next level. There's always a next level, right? So in your chest voice, everything vibrates along its entire length, and that's why you have the resonance mainly in the mouth and the chest. You're talking range, and you may have a low chest voice, you have a mid chest voice, and you have a higher chest voice. So you can go to the higher chest voice. Well, the problem is, you know, when you're going up, you get to the bridge, which is the passaggio. In this area, your vocal cords need to start zipping up. Okay, so instead of vibrating along its entire length, it's just leaving just an area, maybe 1/3 of the length to vibrate. All right, and that, what does that do? That causes you to have control. That causes the sound to be thinner. So when you're going up, sliding up, the vocal cords should, you know, vibrate 1/3 of its length. So what is happening with your voice is you're crossing that passaggio and still you're using the whole length of the vocal cords to sing. Too much tension. That's what creates too much tension. So the question is, how do you then begin to zip it up when you get to your passaggio? That's why the exercises are there. So I'm gonna, you know, do some exercises I'm gonna do some exercises for you that you can use to correct it, because like I always say, you know, we can control our hands, our arms, our head whenever we want to, but if you've developed a habit here to sing in a certain way, you can't just change it overnight. All right, you need a conditioning exercise to help, you know, reprogram. There's a reprogramming we need to do, which would not happen overnight. Okay, so it's not a quick fix. So the more you do it every day, the more it will season in here, and you get to a point it becomes your natural way of singing. Okay, so that's it. Then the next thing is what will make it function the way it should. Simple: bubbles or lip rolls. Beautiful exercises that automatically zips it up. With lip rolls, you have direct control of what happens here. You make the vocal cords zip up naturally, and when they get to their passaggio, it will zip up the way it should. So no more pulling up of chest voice into unwanted areas. All right, areas is not wanted, which creates tension and strain. Okay. So lip rolls, bubbles, and then we come close to the singing world by using ne, 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 mum, 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 and other words, okay? So lip rolls is what actually does the work. And then when you bring in ne, 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 mum, 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 na, 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 whatever word it is, that's bringing you closer to the singing world, okay? So I have this adage here that says, knowing will only keep it in your head and not bring it to your mouth. Practice does. It's practice that does. Okay, so the next adage is, what's the point of trying to make changes when the same old law breakers are still inside? So this is a habit. The way we're singing right now is a habit. So what we need to do is use these exercises to correct it and change, get rid of the law breakers that keep making us sing the same way. So we're going to start with a warm-up exercise, all right? This warm-up exercise doesn't require scales. Very simple, because what we're trying to do is establish a connection in the vocal cords. All right, so anyone can do the vocal fry. You know, when people sing in falsetto, this is hardly making contact. They use too much air. That's not your problem. The problem is, how do we connect chest voice to mixed voice and bring the sound right in our face, right here in the mask. All right, so I want us to first of all start with the vocal fry. We go what you're hearing right now is actually each vibration, 1, 2, 3, 4, but happening faster as the air pumps out of your lungs through your trachea, and the air, when it hits against the vocal cords, it causes it to vibrate. All right? So we've got that right in the vocal fry area. We've got the vocal fry, okay, but that's lower. Where we got it is lower than our chest voice, okay? So we're gonna slide up. We're gonna slide up with vocal fry. All right? So what's this gonna do? It's going to begin to help you eliminate tension, okay? Practice eliminating tension. It may not happen once, but with constant practice, you master it. It will stay, okay? So